Hey there, FPV pilots. Smooth Virus, call sign Virus. Here in the basement with the C1 Chaser. So, we got a mailbag today, and you're gonna see what that's about in a second here. Actually, I've been sitting on this with the holidays and everything going on. I haven't had much time to make videos, so I've been sitting on this for a couple weeks. Anyhow, that is for this. So what we're doing here is I had an issue with one of the 3D printed parts that we had made for this plane. So you see we got a prop stopper on the back here to keep the blades from going back too far. They actually can't. It actually also stops them from going forward too much, but it stops them from going back too far. So when the motor spins up again, you see the issue right there. So when the motor starts up again, they're not out of balance. But if it goes back like that, since this blade is crossing the center here, if I tried to spin the motor up with the prop like that, it's likely gonna unbalance. This won't fold out, and we could start a vibration so violent that it would tear the motor right out of the mount. So we don't want that. That would be bad. What happened was this little plastic piece that comes over the top here, and on a rough landing I broke this one off. Actually, I have broke both of these off, and since repaired it, I glued them back in place. And this one broke off again, and I couldn't find the piece. So I had some more made. So that's what should be in here. So let's check it out. Now, when I had these printed out the first time, I had them printed in ABS plastic, which is pretty tough, but clearly it wasn't tough enough because it broke. So I went to the 3D printer service, and I mentioned to the guy that I needed it in ABS with 100% infill because it had to be tough because the last one I had broke. So he's like, well, we have this new material called Onyx, which meshes in, I think he said, carbon fiber with ABS. It's a lot tougher and it won't break. So let's check it out. Let's get the scissors going and see what we got here. And do it carefully so we don't cut anything inside. Alright. Oh, it looks like we got 3D printed parts. Nothing else in there. Okay. Oh, well, I know what that is. I'll explain that in a moment. So it looks like we got... I had a couple of these made, so I'd have a spare one just in case. It looks pretty good. Yeah. Let's get the scissors out. Nice. Yeah. Well, it feels pretty tough. It doesn't flex much. This wasn't very expensive either. It was, you know, it wasn't, I think all three parts cost me like $12. So, pretty inexpensive. Alright, so the next step is going to be, I have to take the broken prop stopper out of here, and I'll replace it with this one, and we'll be back in business with the C1 Chaser. Back for some low-level, high-speed flying. With that, now, here's the other piece I had made, and these were all designed by Mark Q over at RC Groups, and he has a bunch of great parts for the Mini Talon and a bunch of parts, a few parts for the C1 Chaser as well. This is just the camera mount. There's Mark's website. So I'm gonna get my Runcam HD. It looks like this just glues on, I guess. That's gonna go like right here. There's a plate under there. Yeah. So it's going to go about where that plate is. And I guess it just glues on? I thought maybe it would bolt into the plate under there. But maybe it kind of, you cut some slots and glue it in. That seems to be what we're doing with it. Alright, good enough. That should work. So we'll get some HD footage from the C1 Chaser for you guys to look at. So far I've just been flying it with the FPV cam. It's a Runcam Mini Swift in there. So, okay, we'll get that on there. I didn't do it before because it would cause more drag, and I didn't want to slow the plane down. But now that we've got the Goblin coming, I've got a faster plane, so we'll get some cool footage with this mounted up on here. Alright everybody, so until the next Rogue Squadron vlog, we'll catch you later. Smooth Virus is out.